Aokigahara, or Sea of Trees, Qingmu-Keiyuan Aokigahara, is a forest on the northwestern flank of Japan's Mount Fuji. Its dark history and association with death have made it infamous worldwide. The history of Aokigahara's association with death dates back centuries, intertwining with Japanese mythology, folklore, and socio-economic factors. One of the earliest associations of Aokigahara with death comes from the practice of ubasute, a mythical practice where elderly or infirm family members were carried to desolate places, such as mountains or forests, and left to die. While there is no concrete evidence that ubasute was widely practiced in Aokigahara, the legend contributes to the forest's eerie reputation. Japanese folklore speaks of yurei, spirits of the dead who linger in the physical world due to unresolved emotions or improper funerary rites. Aokigahara is said to be haunted by such spirits, further cementing its reputation as a haunted and cursed place. During the Edo period, 1603 to 1868, Japan faced various famines and economic difficulties. This led to stories and perhaps instances of families abandoning elderly relatives in remote locations like Aokigahara to reduce the burden on their resources. These stories, while not definitively proven, contributed to the forest's dark mystique. The modern association of Aokigahara with people taking their lives gained significant traction with the publication of Saicho Matsumoto's 1960 novel, Kuroi Jukai, Black Sea of Trees. The novel depicts a couple taking their lives in the forest, and it is believed to have inspired many copycat deaths. In the decades following the novel's publication, Aokigahara became a well-known site for deaths. By the 1970s, it was already recognized as a take-your-life hotspot, with numerous reports of bodies being discovered annually. The forest's dense, quiet, and secluded nature provides a sense of solitude, making it a tragic destination for those seeking to end their lives. The forest has been the subject of various media portrayals, documentaries, and news reports, further amplifying its reputation. Its notoriety was also heightened by its depiction in films, books, and online content, drawing both curious visitors and those with suicidal intent. In response to the rising number of deaths, Japanese authorities and local volunteers have placed numerous signs in the forest, urging people to reconsider their actions and seek help. Efforts include increased patrols, surveillance, and initiatives to promote mental health awareness. Today, Aokigahara remains a place of both natural beauty and tragic infamy. It serves as a stark reminder of the importance of mental health support and the cultural weight of folklore and history in shaping the perceptions of places. Despite its grim reputation, efforts continue to transform the forest into a symbol of healing and hope, rather than despair. But we're here to talk about the paranormal. In Japanese folklore, yurei are spirits of the deceased who have not found peace and remain in the physical world due to unresolved emotions or improper funerary rites. Aokigahara is said to be haunted by yurei, the restless spirits of those who died by taking their own lives in the forest. Visitors and locals alike report seeing ghostly apparitions, often described as pale figures with long, disheveled hair and white funeral kimonos wandering among the trees. Many who enter the forest claim to hear disembodied voices calling out to them. These voices are often described as soft whispers or mournful cries, believed to be the yurei attempting to communicate or lure visitors deeper into the forest. Some legends suggest that Aokigahara is cursed, amplifying the despair and hopelessness of those who enter it. This curse is said to be the reason behind the high number of deaths. The forest's dense canopy blocks out much of the sunlight, creating an oppressive and disorienting environment that can exacerbate feelings of isolation and despair. Visitors have reported finding abandoned dolls in the forest, often left as offerings or mementos by those who intended to end their lives. These dolls are believed to become possessed by the spirits of the deceased, adding to the forest's eerie and unsettling atmosphere. Some claim that the dolls' eyes seem to follow them as they move through the forest. Numerous accounts of paranormal activity come from both visitors and those involved in search and rescue operations. Some have reported seeing ghostly figures flitting between the trees or shadows that move independently of any light source. Others have felt sudden drops in temperature or an inexplicable feeling of dread or being watched. Compasses and other electronic devices are said to malfunction in certain parts of the forest, leading to theories that the area is influenced by supernatural forces. This has led to tales of visitors becoming inexplicably lost, even those who are familiar with the terrain. One particularly chilling aspect of the forest's lore involves the trees themselves. Some trees are said to be sites where numerous deaths have taken place, and these hanging trees are believed to retain the negative energy of those who died there. Visitors often report feeling an overwhelming sense of sorrow or dread when near these trees. Many visitors report encountering the restless spirits of those who died in the forest. These ghostly figures are often seen wearing white funeral kimonos, their long hair hanging loose. They are said to appear and disappear suddenly, sometimes following visitors or leading them deeper into the forest. It is not uncommon for visitors to stumble upon abandoned tents and campsites in Aokigahara. These sites often contain personal belongings and are eerily intact, as if the occupants left in a hurry. Some believe these campsites are remnants of those who came to the forest to end their lives and now serve as haunted spots. Some visitors have reported seeing ghostly figures resembling campers sitting around a non-existent campfire or standing silently among the trees. These apparitions are thought to be the spirits of those who once camped in the forest and never left. One of the most chilling stories involves the apparition of a weeping woman. Visitors describe hearing the sounds of a woman sobbing uncontrollably, echoing through the trees. When they approach the source of the sound, they often find nothing or catch a fleeting glimpse of a woman in white disappearing into the forest. Some versions of the story claim that the weeping woman is the spirit of a mother who took her life in the forest after losing her child. Her cries are said to be calls for her lost child, and those who hear them are overwhelmed by a profound sense of sadness. On dark nights, some visitors have reported seeing mysterious orbs of light floating through the forest. These lights, often blue or white, are said to move erratically and disappear when approached. They are believed to be the souls of the dead, wandering the forest in search of peace. There are also tales of these orbs leading lost hikers back to the forest's entrance, suggesting that not all spirits in Aokigahara are malevolent. These guiding lights are seen as the souls of those who, in their final moments, wish to help others avoid the same fate. Some legends speak of a guardian spirit that resides within Aokigahara. This spirit is believed to protect the forest and its inhabitants. While generally benevolent, it can become vengeful towards those who disrespect the forest or its spirits. Visitors have reported feeling a comforting presence that guides them safely out of the forest when they are lost. Others, who may have shown disrespect, have experienced strange occurrences like sudden gusts of wind, falling branches, or a feeling of being pushed or watched. Among the most unsettling sounds reported in Aokigahara are the cries of children. These disembodied voices are often heard at night and are believed to be the spirits of children who died in the forest, possibly abandoned during times of famine. Some visitors have claimed to see ghostly figures of children wandering aimlessly among the trees. These apparitions are usually described as pale and ethereal, with expressions of sadness or confusion on their faces. A legend tells of a samurai who was betrayed and murdered in Aokigahara centuries ago. His restless spirit is said to haunt the forest, seeking revenge on anyone who dares to enter his territory. Those who have encountered the samurai's ghost describe him as wearing traditional armor and carrying a katana. He is often seen silently observing from a distance or disappearing into the shadows when approached. Some stories tell of phantom hikers who appear to be ordinary visitors but vanish without a trace when approached. These spectral hikers are believed to be the spirits of those who entered the forest and never returned. There are conflicting reports about these phantom hikers. Some say they guide lost visitors to safety, while others claim they lead people deeper into the forest, causing them to become lost or disoriented. Many who venture into Aokigahara report hearing the trees whispering to them. These whispers are said to be the voices of the forest spirits, communicating warnings or attempting to lure visitors further into the forest. According to legend, the trees themselves are inhabited by ancient spirits who have lived in the forest for centuries. These spirits are thought to protect the forest and sometimes express their displeasure with intruders through eerie whispers. One particularly chilling legend tells of a headless horseman who roams the forest at night. This ghostly figure is believed to be the spirit of a samurai or warrior who lost his head in battle and now searches for it eternally. Witnesses describe seeing a headless figure riding a ghostly horse, both emitting an otherworldly glow. The horseman is said to gallop silently through the forest, vanishing as quickly as he appears. Many visitors have reported feeling an invisible presence following them as they walk through the forest. This presence is often accompanied by a sudden drop in temperature and a feeling of intense dread. According to legend, this presence is the spirit of someone who died alone and unnoticed in the forest. This spirit now seeks companionship, silently following visitors and sometimes causing them to feel cold or uneasy. Aokigahara is home to several caves, some of which are believed to be haunted. One such cave is said to be a gateway to the underworld, inhabited by restless spirits who cannot find peace. Visitors to the cave report hearing strange noises such as whispers, footsteps, and even laughter. Some have seen ghostly apparitions emerging from the cave only to vanish moments later. These ghost stories, while often rooted in folklore and legend, contribute to Aokigahara's chilling reputation. The forest's real-life tragedies and the cultural significance of spirits in Japanese folklore amplify the sense of unease and mystery that surrounds Aokigahara. Whether or not one believes in ghosts, the stories and experiences of those who visit the forest underscore the need for empathy and mental health support for those in crisis. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching.